That's crazy. Okay, 314 views for the Uwus versus Niners STC Bowl. That is actually incredible, I'm gonna be honest. And here's why, bro. We could go over to my channel right here. And we could go to our live. We could go to most popular. My IRL stream. Yes. That had 32 viewers at one moment. Has 2/3 of the views on here. Which is crazy. And then obviously Destroyer Monkey YT. Bro, look at me. Look how baby I am, bruh. Look how baby I am, bruh. Look how big I am, too. Bro, look how big I am, bruh. Look at my goggles. Look at my hair, bruh. Yo, it's GG's, bro. Oh my gosh. Which means that one had 343. That is crazy. I know that one had, like, a crazy amount of viewers on it, though. But, like, yeah, that was the Season 9. That one was crazy. This one was the wild card. I remember this one. I remember this one. I remember Old Bull, bro. A lot of these are pretty good streams here. Remember the Red Bull? A lot of these are pretty good. But anyways, welcome. It is I, Tycooner. I think it's only right if maybe, tomorrow. No, I want to do something Monday. I want to do what I call gridiron streams. I haven't really done it yet. Maybe did it once with the Season 4. But I want to do a rewind back to the Season 7. I want to do a rewind. Oh gosh. I want to do a rewind back to the Season 7 STC Bowl. I mean, bro, just imagine being able to do rewind streams. That would be pretty fun. I would just say I would probably need to ask for Skills' permission, but I think he would probably allow it. Because just imagine being able to, like, live stream another live stream that was from a long time ago. Because I remember that live stream. Actually, I'm pretty sure I watched most of the game on there. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Anyways, it's time for the STC Playoffs. Hey, shout out to STC Yeeter Network on YouTube. I don't know. I forget. Who's STC Yeeter Network on YouTube? Because whoever it is, bruh, you goated. Because I know you've had it for a pretty good time. But now we got to go into these playoffs, man. Oh, it's Trey. What's good, Trey? Yeah. Anyways, I want to quickly put in, I'm going to put in teams historically based on who's the best historically coming into these playoffs. We're going to come down. Now, honestly, I don't know much before. I think I may have known some. Actually, no, I think I know more about Season 1 than I do know about Season 6, even though that was closer to when I joined. Season 7, I do know. I remember I watched a divisional game. It was like the Commanders. I think the Commanders were playing. They were playing somebody. There was a big, giant board. And it was, like, it had all the teams on it. And I remember, I think it was also back in Lucas Oil. Yeah, it was still Lucas Oil. But yeah, anyways, now it's time to get into it. I'm going to first go off of how good these teams are historically, which could actually really help increase the chance. would we say, I think the Bears are only right that they get the number 1 because they've been, well, no, they've never won an STC Bowl, but, hold on, who, wait, let me see if I can list back down the name of these. So I know Season 1 was the Seahawks, we know Season 2 was the Cardinals, then Season 3 was the Niners. This is kind of crazy because look, all 3 of these were all NFC West teams. And then we remember this run. I just gotta do the 3 spaces, and you know what I'm about to put in here. Titans. I think this was all Titans, not the Oilers. We can put / Oilers. Oh gosh. I guess Season 7, I remember this one. This was the Niners. Season 8 was the Steelers. Yeah, it was the Steelers. Season 9, obviously, the Bengals. Season 10 was the Packers. Season 11 was the Bengals again, then Season 12 was the Niners. Look at that. I've only been here for approximately, yeah. You know what's kind of crazy? I low-key just wrote all of this down, and I wasn't even there for the first 6 seasons, but I just kind of know it off the bat. I've been here, wow, that's crazy. I've actually been here for over half of STC. I've been here for over half of STC. Honestly, looking at it, the Packers got a shot. I just think, like, they're gonna lose to somebody. I don't think they're gonna lose to the Lions. I think they've got a close shot with the Bears. I'm gonna do a third one after the Bears-Packers game. I'm looking back at it, but you joined in Season 5, nice. So I joined about 2 seasons after you. I wasn't really there for the main season. I was there big time for the playoffs. That's how I met Shiloh, a.k.a. Amari, a.k.a. Apollo, a.k.a. whoever else. That's how I met him. And he was like, and I remember he went up to Skilled and he was like, alright, bro, I'll give you Robux if you start streaming for me. I don't know what Skill's response was, but then I responded, bro, let me do that. That would sound so fun, because you know I love commentating. And he's like, I bet. And then I'm like, and then I remember that first stream, man. Yo, you could low-key hear my alien voice. Only real OGs of the streams remember I had the alien voice whenever my mic would glitch. Then other OGs would remember that I literally could not, because everything would say it was live and upcoming, but it would never show that it was live. And then right now it's kind of just, it's just cutting out. That's right now. Alright. Anyways, based off of how historic these teams are, look at this. None of the teams besides the Packers and the Cardinals, which the Cardinals aren't even in the playoffs, so you don't even count them, you just count the Packers, are here with a Super Bowl. So I think it's only right that the Packers get first place. I'm going to put the Bears second. They said that the Chiefs clinched like a 5th title or something. It wasn't the AFC West, but they clinched like a 5th divisional title. So I think that's only right if I would put the Chiefs third. After that, okay, let me think, because Niners are goated. Oh wait, I could low-key put who went over here. I know this was Vikings. This was the Bears. This was the Chargers. This was the Bears. This was the Oilers. This was the Uwus. This one I know was the Cardinals. I think. Well, I know this one for sure was the Seahawks. We can quickly check. Yeah, bowl history here. No, they beat Chicago. Look at that, man. 6 straight shrimp appearances besides that one. It's crazy. Okay, so the Panthers do have some recognition. And then Arizona's actually been really good for a good amount of time. Let me just quickly copy all this down in my brain. So Chicago, Seattle, Carolina, Arizona, San Francisco. So the Bears, Panthers, Cardinals, Cardinals, 49ers. Oh, what's good, Kool-Aid? So, this is for the teams that are currently in the playoffs, which would mean that the Panthers would go right next over here into number 4. Honestly, I think 3 STC Bowl appearances would historically go over the Packers, so I'm going to put Bears then the Packers. After that, man, who's been historically good? I don't think the Ravens have been... I don't remember the Ravens ever being a really, like, around team. Like, they've not really been a team. So, like... I wouldn't say the Ravens would be too high. Yeah. The Broncos? Okay, the Broncos in the past 2 to 3 seasons have been amazing, playoffs-wise. The only reason that the Broncos were not a above 500 team last year was because Sean got suspended. Once that man was back in the playoffs, it was prime time, man. That was crazy. Who am I putting in this number 5 spot? Because the Broncos have been pretty good for the past 2 seasons. I wouldn't put them last. The Browns... I don't really ever think the Browns have, like, gotten out of much before. And obviously they've not made it to one of these. Now, the Panthers, they have to... Okay, they're already number 4. Who else we got in here? We got the Raiders. I know the Raiders have also not been... Underrated SCC players. Okay, I will. I just gotta quickly put this into a list. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna put the remaining teams that are on here just quickly down here. Broncos, Ravens, and then the Lions. Lions, I don't think have been historically good. Lions have ever since I've, like, you know what I'm saying? Ever since the Lions have really ever become a team. I remember after everybody kind of left on that team in Washington, Soda owned the Lions. They did not do good. I know that. The Lions were not good. Then, honestly, looking back at it, I've been on some pretty awful teams. Season 9 through season 11, I've not been on really good teams. This is actually the best season that I've gone by so far, 7-3. I've never really... No, season 9 was my best season. Season 10, season 11, and season 12, I haven't really had any good teams. I would actually put the Broncos right here, because I know that they've done pretty good for the past couple of seasons. Yeah. Which removes them off of the teams we need to name. Honestly, man, I would put the Lions, because the Ravens have really, like, I'll put them at 9. I'm honestly probably going to put the Browns here. Then I'm probably going to put the... Oh, yeah, the Bucks. The Bucks actually need to go higher, dude. The Bucks have been, like, historically not that bad of a team. Ever since Tom's joined in, they've actually had a pretty good team. Broncos. Honestly, I'm putting the... Yeah. Okay. This is kind of right now, historically looking wise. Now we're going to talk... Wait, if you're putting for underrated players, I can name you off some. First off, we're gonna put on Mass. I think a lot of guys who aren't really known as much are pretty dang underrated. I think Mass. I would also put Jalen Icy. Icy's an underrated player. Yeah, man. Mass, I wouldn't say is as good at DB. He can get picks, but, like, you know what I'm saying, man? Massive's gotten toss-ups for an SFL Bowl. I don't care if Mass is annoying. We're going off of if he is underrated. He's an underrated ball player, man. I don't care if he might sound annoying. Like, that's the reason why I bailed him out for the Cardinals game, because I was like, the Cardinals literally need him if they're going to try and get in, which they didn't. But Mass is an underrated ball player. I put Jalen on there. I put Icy. You guys said Augie, like Star, like Sean. Sean's actually, I would say, probably more of a little bit of an overrated player on the side. I mean, kind of the last game proved it. But if he were to have been an underrated player, as he would have been, he should have been 6-4 this year. He should have had no struggle getting that division win, and he actually never even got the division win. Trey's pretty good rated. Because you don't really hear much talk about him, about how he's, like, crazy good, but you don't ever hear talk about him how he's bad. He's a good ball player. He's really good when he got drafted by the Packers. He was excellent at Penn State. He was one of the best players at Penn State. He was a top 3 player at Penn State. That he was, I forgot if he was a top 10 pick, but Trey was a good player. I'm not saying he's underrated by the STC. I think he's good. We already put. Hold on, I'll just put them. You need 5. Who should I replace out of Sean, Tom, and Star? I think Tom's a pretty humble guy, I'm going to be honest. Tom is a pretty humble guy. So, he's still, I think he's underrated. Star's underrated. Yeah, Star was a good one. I would honestly probably replace Sean out of there. Honestly, if you kind of even look at it, he may even be a little bit overrated, but I don't think he's overrated. I don't think he's underrated. I think he's a good rating right now. So, yeah, I would put this for my 5 for underrated ball players. Yeah, Trey, it might be time to hang. If Trey does not win an STC ring here, I would say stay in. But if you get an STC bowl, man, might hang up the cleats, bro. Colton? I don't know. Colton's literally now being called an MVP player, which I think I love Colton at quarterback, but these past 3 games honestly have not been good out of him. I've not seen the Broncos versus Bears Colton. Like, the last game I saw a regular Colton that I'll usually see because he threw 5 interceptions. Like, that was... Yeah. But Colton's not bad. I don't know if he's not underrated. I wouldn't say he's overrated. Mattawa's good rated. Like, people are saying, like, Mattawa's... Because we're saying underrated players. And we're not saying good players. We're saying underrated players. Bro, they need to give us one more, like, of the restart things, bro. Because now after this season, after I'm so changed and stuff, and I have a crazy amount of sacks, and I have, you know, like, I have 5 interceptions. Like, after, you know, you have, like, 5 interceptions. I really want to get a restart because Penn State was the team that changed me to be a good player, man. You wanted to see a good tycoon. It started off with having a coach of oof, and then we also had, like, Dakota and Trey and stuff. Like, honestly, that team should have been... Oh, gosh. Honestly, that team should have been in the STCAA National Championship, and... Oh, my goodness. I swear, I don't know if I can ever forgive Augie for that play, bro. That was... Because that is your one and only shot. It was LSU who won. LSU did not deserve that title, bro. I don't even know how LSU got there. LSU got there because we could not get a 3-yard run. A 3-yard run. We were 3 yards short from most likely winning it. But honestly, Texas was also a good team. I don't know how Texas lost that. Texas had all the chances because they had Dakota. I'm pretty sure they had Nunu. They had Cody. They had all those guys. LSU had NIGHTZ. I'm pretty sure there was an alternate Yanni. It was like Yanniu, something like that. I'm pretty sure that was an alt that somebody like MC or Jax alted on. I think KJ5 was on that team. He was gonna be a top 3-round pick, but then he just didn't really play. He was on the Bucks and then he didn't really play. I forgot who else was on that team. But that team did not deserve a ring, bro. That team did not deserve a ring. Like, honestly, man. Like, that team, I think Penn State deserved it the most, man. Because we had so many guys that it would have boomed. Honestly, I think I got really lucky to be a 18th pick. That would have been my highest pick. But, yeah. Well, first you're going to have to take your anger out on the Lions. Second, then you're going to have to take your anger out on the Bears. Then third, you're going to have to take your anger out on Tom, and then you're going to have to face the Chiefs. If you take your anger out on everybody, yeah. I don't know. You're gonna have to face the Bears either way, but that's only if you beat the Lions. So if you want, I think you guys could make it to an STC Bowl, but it's very unlikely because a 4 seed, always got to go the farther distance. I don't know. Yeah, by the way, but Delta's banned in STC, so I don't think you're going to slide with that, man. But, like, honestly, thinking about it here, I think the Packers can make it to the STC Bowl, but here would be the route. It would be, once they beat the Packers, I'm saying they're STC Bowl. Unless Tom pulls out with his magic like he always does when it's playoff time. But, like, what I'm saying, though, is just, like, like, if any team beats the Bears, they got a chance to make it to the STC Bowl. Honestly, you're probably going to make it to the STC Bowl if you can beat that team. I honestly think the Bears are going to get upset by somebody. I don't know who, But I just have a feeling that the Bears are going to get upset by somebody. I don't know if it's going to be the Packers. They were tight with the Packers at week 1, and they didn't even have AIDAN. That was without AIDAN. The Bears, the only way the Bears lose is if they would lose to the Packers or they would lose to the Bucs. I know they had a close matchup against the Lions, but the Lions are so discombobulated, bro. They have so many good players. So many. But he did it so late in the year, he's got no team chemistry. You literally are trying to find a way to somehow finally get your team together in a playoff spot. They honestly have some of the best talent. I would say they have the third best team if it was based off the sheets. If it was just based off of paper, that Lions team is probably an 89 overall in total. You figured out what zone they run? Oh. I think if the Packers win, it's going to take a shot with, first off, AIDAN. AIDAN needs to, honestly, if you guys are going to win, I would say he needs to throw under 2 picks. I would say 1 can cut it, but I don't know if 2 can cut the deal to get the win. Or you're going to have to hope that Dalen's going to start throwing some INTs. If you look back at it, that Bucs-Bears game was much closer than it looked like. They lost by 54, yes, but there was like 9 passes that could have been intercepted. Yeah, it could be a game changer since he is an OFL player, but look at it, because like Joe Nuts, I'm pretty sure is an OFL player, but he's not STC GOAT caliber right now. Yeah, I know you barely threw inch without your starting quarterback, but if you look at this, your quarterback's throwing over 2 interceptions a game. He has 21 touchdowns and 13 ints. Sean has 37 touchdowns, and he doesn't even have that many interceptions. He has 12 interceptions on the years, but, yeah. Now it's time to get into the prediction status. I think I have it on. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Double-sided. Show round titles. Should put wild card, divisional, conference champ, STC Bowl 13. This is looking to be a pretty good one. Yeah, AIDAN was not supposed to play quarterback. I know that. Mint was. Honestly, I'm looking at that. Yeah, Kool-Aid, you should go back to STCAA. I'm going to be owning a team, but me and Oof are going to own a team, but you need to go back to college. If LSU becomes a team again, we're going to probably be Penn State, because we're going to try and get our revenge. That's the new rivalry in STCAA that we created. It's Penn State versus LSU. The series is 1-1 right now, but now it's time to get into the predictions here, boys. First game I'm going to go with is the Raiders-Browns. We can go to the stat sheet. That's going to really help out here, I think. I almost have as many yards as Ankle does. That's kind of crazy. Sean's not been able to show out. Jack's unretired a little bit later. Sean hasn't been able to show out as much as he should. Cool's done good. He has 12 catches, but he just hasn't scored. Like, I think guys that are really good at, rolling out. Fuge, I think, has more touchdowns. I think Fuge has at least got. Defensive Rookie of the Year right now, I know, is me, Mattawa, and somebody else. I can try and look over in it. But it's me, like Mattawa. I would think it's Mattawa at least. He has crazy amount of interceptions. And then yeah, I'm a rookie. I played for Penn State. When I played against BYU, it was the craziest legacy game I've ever had. Like, I never thought I could play that good, but, like, that was the turnaround of the Tycooner career. Because before that, I sucked, but once, dude, STCAA changes lives, because you're not playing guys like Liam or Skill at the level. What do you mean by no? Because if Aiden said... No, Kool-Aid, you don't understand. I'm a rookie this year. I went to college at Penn State for this season. If you were drafted this year, you're a rookie. Or if you were just a rookie in general. What do you mean by what rank am I? Oh, for Defensive Rookie of the Year? I don't really know if you have that many. You only have 2 interceptions recorded right now. Who would be... I still don't get the fact why I have 4 right now. Who would be a rookie? Dakota could be in that. I think my pick for Defensive Rookie of the Years... Oh, for offense. Oh, it's Steele. Alright, Steele, we're predicting what your game's gonna be, buddy. Okay. Dude, Rara's like, look at this. He has 37 completions out of 47. That's not that bad, right? That's actually some of the best completion percentage. Now, Dalen's stats are absolutely crazy. I know he hasn't thrown the ball as much as, like, Colton and crap, but those stats are crazy. He has a higher completion rate than Rara, who's only thrown 47, and he's thrown 4 times that. Who else is really good? Yeah, so, looking over here, they have Rara. Oh, yeah, Steele is a rookie. That's correct. Steele was a rookie. CBS was a rookie. Oh, you want to go to wide receiver? Hold on. I got to look at this. Okay. Rara's got 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and he's only taken 3 sacks. He's looking really nice if he shows up, dude. Like, this Raiders team looks perfection. Honestly, bro, I wouldn't say they have I don't think they're going to beat the Chiefs, but you could give them a chance. If the Bucs had opportunities with the Chiefs and they beat them, I know they didn't have Liam Allen, but if the Bucs can beat the Chiefs, they got opportunities. They just need to... Oh, that voice crack. Yo, GG to the voice crack. GG to the voice crack. It's over. It's crazy how only 4 people are watching, but this is like really, really, really... No! No, he clipped it! No! Yeah. Well, anyways. I mean, looking at this, they got SFL and stuff, which actually SFL is a higher rank, and he has a worse interception percentage, but remember, that's 9 extra touchdowns for only 2 interceptions. Right now, that would be a 3.25 to 1 ratio on interceptions. He's probably got a A little bit over that. Oh. Alright. GG. GG. Dare's suspended. It's over. Oh my gosh, it's Kober. Is that Kober? It's Kober. Alright, now it's time to go into the wide receiver stats. Hold on. We can look for you really quick, Trey. Where are you at on here? Oh, you're actually... I think one of the... Yeah, I don't think these are full stats. No. No! Kobe's leaving! Kool-Aid, you're saying Liam only has 17 touchdowns? He got suspended after like week 2 or week 3, which is insane. He got suspended after like week 3, but he threw 17 touchdowns. Wait, is Liam for real suspended for the playoffs? Okay. I would assume that I think he's still in the playoffs. I would assume that he's probably going to get bailed out by Jax or MC or himself, because there'd be no way that they wouldn't just bail him out, man. If you don't bail him out, for the playoffs, you could be done for, because the Chiefs are a good team, but I mean, bro, like, I don't know. Like, the Chiefs could lose to the Ravens. The Ravens at this point are the hottest team in STC right now. Like, they've got the most momentum on their hands. I think the Chiefs have got the most hype since they've got Liam back, but yeah. Now looking back at this for the Raiders, who do they got? They ain't got any. Yeah, okay, this is what I'm saying right here. Hart is so dominant on both. This is why he should be in the MVP race. Hart is so dominant on both sides of the ball. I've never seen a guy go for 23 catches and 19 touchdowns. Literally more than half, more than 3/4 of his catches are straight off of 5-6 of his catches, I would say. Kool-Aid, you don't understand, bro. If I join VC, it doesn't pick up any audio on Discord if I join the VC. But also what I'm going to say, Hart's got 5-6 of his catches being touchdowns for over 959 yards. He has 42 yards per catch. He's never fumbled the football. Okay, he's got more, but like, look at that. Look at that compared to everybody else. I know NIGHTZ. Oh, that's actually kind of crazy. NIGHTZ has 55 yards a catch. But like, rolling down it, bro. Look at it. Besides, like, okay, Talk's got the highest, but that's only one catch. But for an excellent wide receiver, in the top 20 wide receivers, top 30, I would say he's probably got the highest. Like, he's incredible. Where are Steele's stats? Oh, yeah, I forgot. They're all the way at the bottom. Okay, I'm just kidding, Steele. Yeah, I don't think some of these games have been updated yet. Because you've got 2 catches for 1 touchdown and 85 yards. Which I know is most likely not true. Alright, now let me just predict here. Let the Gooner predict. Raiders, Browns. Now we're going to have to look at a matchup. All right, what is it, Trey? Game of the year at 10:30. What is it? What's the game of the year at 10:30? That's such a late STC game, though. Like, okay, I understand that would definitely be if that is an STC game. I don't know if it is. All right, yeah, I can send you a Kool-Aid. Hold on, I got this. Boom. Sent it. No, I'm sorry. All right, Trey. The reason why they're privated, somebody in the in the Sports Talk Club channel just decided to private all of our videos. I don't know why, but they just privated all of them, bro. And I was like, I want to unprivate these, but bro, I'm too tired. So that's why I haven't done it yet. So what we're gonna be looking at here is people like Oof and Pedal and Joe, who could honestly try and impact here. But I think alright, I'm gonna give. Alright, you know what? Fine. We will switch the account. We'll go to here. We'll go into the channel. Go to the. Do you want, like, yeah, even this one's privated. All right, I'm going to quickly, like, public this. You know what I'm saying? All right. This one, for some reason, is, like, if the link was given to you. Chiefs versus Bears. All right, yeah, you would want this. I'll give you all the Bears games. Chiefs versus Bears. If you want the Browns versus Packers, you can go back to look at that. That was the biggest selling in history. All right, yeah. You can study all the film, buddy. Oh, yeah, this is going to be some good film to study this game right here. You know what I'm talking about. POV Trey gets tickle time. We'll add that to there as well. All right, now it looks better. All right, what is currently privated? All right, yep, right here, this one's privated. This one ends a little bit earlier because I went to Culver's. Yeah, honestly, I'm giving you all the film because they can also get film off of Packers games too. What else? Oh, this one was Packers Ravens. I'll just quickly public this one. This one was honestly one of the best games of the season in my opinion. That one was a good one. If it was at I don't know when the Packers Bears game is, but if that game was like earlier, oh yeah, this is another Packers Ravens. By the way, we're also going to be doing a pregame for the Packers game whenever they play. This one you're going to need. This was the game of the year. I'll public this one for you, pal. You have fun watching that one. This is what surprised me. it doesn't matter what game it is. You can get any sort of views. Because look at the difference. Look at the difference of the Kansas City Chiefs game against this game right here. The Texans. This was the Texans Buccaneers. And it's gotten the most amount of views right now on this channel for a live. Besides, okay, the Mark God versus December 2008 actually did get a lot. Yeah, let's I want to quickly check all of these. Oh wait, no, public, popular. '87, '82, '51. So yeah, I feel like the magic of the STC streams has kind of gone down a little bit though. We could quickly go to Yeatertron. I could look for.
This is the game.
Okay, this was Or right here, bro. 4 months ago, 218 views. This is Or right here. What is the most streamed game that we've had for this season? I think it was that one. Yeah, it was that one. This one had 75 views, and that was the pregame. Yeah, man, look at this. Just like this was my most popular one on the Yeatertron channel, bro. Like, that's just kind of sad, though. Like, the Packers Raiders, too. But that's just kind of sad, though. Like, looking back at it. Like, look at all these streams from all these months ago, man. That are above 75 views. Look at this. We have 49ers Giants and this would be week 11. Only 8 months ago. It was season 11. Only 8, and actually the STC Bowl was almost over 7 months ago. That seems a little bit long, but you know what I'm saying, man. Like, look. Like, look at all the, like, this divisional game is honestly one of my favorite divisional games of all time. I'm going to be going back to them gridiron streams, but you know what I'm saying, bro. We going to be gridiron streaming this one right here, pal. I remember CWL, bro. That was crazy. But, like, look at this. Okay, honestly, that's kind of crazy how many views my mini hoop streams have gotten, but you know what I'm saying. I'm really hoping that my STC Bowl can do something. You know, it can, like, kind of skyrocket off. But now, here's where we get into our actual predictions. For my first one, I'm going with the Raiders. We didn't really talk about it actually that much, but I'm going with the Raiders, man. Alright, I'll just do it on a Google Doc. Raiders. And here's going to be my score. I originally said 36-33, but I think they can put up more points. 45-35. Yeah. I would actually say 32. And that's going to be against the Browns. Next game on the board is going to be the Packers and the Lions. This one's going to be in Green Bay, which I think like how big it is for home field advantage for people. Because the Chiefs and the Bears have the best possible, like the 1 seed's obviously going to be the best possible, but it affects much more. Because first off, you got to get that feel of playing in your own home stadium. for every single game that you do play, if you win, you get to force whatever you want. You could force 5s, you could force 10s, heck, you could probably force 13s.
What the frick? Is that an Ivan? Oh, Ivy! Oh, Ivy!
You just get to force whatever you want. Alright. So now Packers Lions. Okay, here's like, if we're looking on paper, I would actually probably choose the Lions, but we're not looking on paper here, pal. We're looking on some much other things. 39 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, taking 14 sacks. That I think that's kind of what's a little bit. Belg has actually thrown a good amount of interceptions, but I think that's a little bit of the problem with both teams is the interceptions. Like, Sean actually doesn't have that much looking at it right now. Same with Dalen. Dalen does not have that much. I don't know why his interception percentage is 10%, but Sean's is 6%. I think it might be off of completions. Yeah. So I think it's going to be huge who can play defense. And I would also say I think the Packers are going to take this. And it's going to be because they just have the chemistry. I mean, the Lions are a good team, don't get me wrong, but, like, they got the players too late, so now they're just not well coordinated. Like, I think you would not want Meliex to be your best wide receiver that you had out on that field. Dakota could not do much that game. So yeah, it really just was not a good performance from the Lions in total. And I think that's what's going to really affect them. I think Sean does actually a really good job this game with throwing for more touchdowns than interceptions. I think he's going to throw 3. He's going to throw 1 to Kobe. I think this is going to be a triple. He's going to throw 1 to Kobe, 1, I would say, to AIDAN, 1 to NIGHTZ. Trey, I'm sorry, you might get it instead of AIDAN, but you know what I'm saying. I think another huge factor in here is if, like, AIDAN, because Cody's not a bad old lineman. He's actually a pretty good offensive lineman right there. So, yeah, and then you look at the wide receivers again. They have Kobe inside this, 20 catches, 10 touchdowns, 604 yards, which is, by the way, 32, which is not bad. That's kind of a little bit of the mediocre criteria. And then, obviously, we have, who else up here? Allen. Why does NIGHTZ barely have much on there? I know he's got to have more. Trey. I don't know if Power's still on this team. Power probably still is on this team. But you know what I'm saying. Hi, Bobs! Oh. Alright, anyways. Yeah. Give me Green Bay in this.